and welcome to helpyourmath.com. In this video, we are going to look at statistical tables and graphs, a lot of definitions. We're going to look at different types of frequencies and different data types. Let's get started. There are a few ways that we can express data. We can display information with a frequency table. That's a table showing the number of times or frequency that a data value appears. Another way we may express frequencies is using the relative frequency for each category. That's where each frequency is expressed as a percent over the total. So to express something as a percent, we would do the number in that category divided by the total, and then to convert to a percent, we would multiply by 100. And then lastly, there's the cumulative frequency of any category, is the number of data values in that category plus all preceding categories. So in our first example, we have a group of 32 students. And these 32 students, 12 received A's, 6 B's, 8 C's, 1 D, and 5 F's. We could express the data using all three of these ways. So first we have to decide which way do we want to put the grades. I like to start with just the way that it's given. So I'm going to put the A's up here, then the B's, the C's, the D's, the F's, and then I don't know why there's another column. I guess if students who are absent, no, I don't know. That's okay. We'll just ignore that bottom column. Okay, now for the frequency, remember what the frequency is? That's the column that's going to show the number of times that each data value appears. Sometimes we're given the raw data where you're given the grades. There was a 90, an 85, a 73, a 62, a 99, a 99, and we might have to tally it first, but luckily we're just given the actual number. We don't have to tally it. It's already done for us. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to put 12 A's, 6 B's, 8 C's, 1 D, and 5 F's. Then we have the relative frequency. So remember what the total was. The total was 32. So I guess I could include my total here. Maybe that's what I'll use this column for. I'm going to put the totals here. And here, this should add up to 32. So we can check my math and make sure the number of students matches the number of students given. 12 plus 6 is 18, plus 8 is 26, plus 1 is 27, plus 5 is 32. That works out. Okay, so here we're going to use a calculator because I can't do this in my head, and we're going to do 12 divided by 32 for the relative frequency. We want to convert to a percent, so we're going to take 12 divided by 32 and multiply by 100%. 12 divided by 32 times 100%, and I get 37.5%. So here I'm going to say 37.5%. In the next cell, I'm going to look at the frequency of B's. There were 6 out of 32. So the relative frequency would be 6 divided by 32 times 100. I can also, because I still have in my calculator 37.5, and I know that 12 is double 6, or 6 is half of 12, so I can actually just take that and divide it by 2 and save myself a little time, and this would be 18.75%. There were 8 C's. So I'm going to say 8 out of 32. I know that 8 out of 32 happens to be a quarter, and I know a quarter is 25%. If you don't know that off the top of your head, you of course just do 8 divided by 32 times 100, and you should get 25%. This is 1 out of 32, and 1 divided by 32 times 100 would be 3.125%. 3.125%. And then lastly, we have 5 out of 32, and converting 5 out of 32 into a percent, we get 15.625%, 15.625. And then what should this total column or cell add up to? Well, they should add up to 100%. So if we add those 5 values, it better add up to 100%. Otherwise, something went terribly, terribly wrong with my math. If we had to round here, we didn't have to round, I used exact values, but if we rounded, yeah, we might come up a little short. We might get 99.9% or 100.1. That's okay. As long as it's close enough, that's fine. Now for the cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency, this is where we start with the one we're given, and then we just keep adding on to it. So we would say there are 12 A's. So that first cumulative frequency will always match the regular frequency. Now for this, here I'm going to get rid of that. For this one, we're going to take the previous value in this column, and the previous value was 12, and then we're going to add the frequency of this row plus frequency of this row. So here we're going to do 12, the previous value, plus the frequency of this row 6, and we get 18. So we could say what that's telling us is that 18 students received an A or a B on this test. Then we're going to take the previous value, 18, and we're going to add the frequency in this row, 8. 18 plus 8 is 26. And then we're going to do the same thing. Previous value was 26 plus 1 makes 27. And then 27 plus 5 makes 32. For this total, we have the total. It's right here, right? This is what was given. That should be the total. That should match what we were given. So with the cumulative frequency, we always start with the frequency that's in that first row. And the very last input should be the total that we're given in the problem.